Hey there, scabby scummers and gangers, Crimson Oracle here, and I'm bringing you another one of my Battlefield on a Budget videos. We're closing in on finishing the terrain for my first full board that I'm going to be giving to this local game store, and well, I wanted to do something fun, so I put together a simple guide to do a billboard that you can add to your boards. And I did not include the part about adding the graphic because we're going to do a whole video on that in a couple of weeks. But I wanted to finish up the rest of the builds first. So we're going to do 2 more videos that use cans in various formats for terrain. And then it's going to be on to doing the billboard image and the actual battlefield itself. So I'm looking forward to trying it all out and getting it all recorded for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. That's how this channel grows. And well, things have been growing quite quickly around here, and I'm pretty excited to have more viewers. So thanks everyone for watching, and let's get to the build. I didn't want to just rely on the strength of cardboard for this one. So the central pillar of each bit of the I-beam is a popsicle stick that I cut down, and then I used some of the cardboard in order to give us, that kind of iconic eye support beam appearance. I probably could have gone a little bit thinner on the width of the cardboard, but I'm overall happy with it. I went with 3 supports. You could probably get away with 2, but I just wanted the whole thing to feel nice and solid and secure. The accelerant is pretty important when you're working with a piece like this that's not going to stay together on its own very well. So I definitely recommend picking some up if you're going to do these kinds of crafts. I'm cutting down the billboard itself. I didn't use a template. I just sort of eyeballed it. And I eyeballed the distance on the supports too. In order to make it feel fully secure, I went ahead and added a back piece that will hold on the supports from the other side. And of course, since it's a billboard, you want to have that little front area where the people applying the billboard work. And then I actually added a couple more pieces of cardboard down here to support everything, because cardboard can be a little bit, it can separate at times, and then you start to have problems. So I wanted to make it as secure as possible. And then, of course, another base made out of cardboard. Lots of glue, lots of accelerant for this one. But hey, it's billboard shaped. Now we just need to double stack the cardboard and we're good. As usual, we come in with the wood filler to create that bottom area. I like to use the wood filler to add a little extra security to certain seams, like the one with the actual top of the billboard in the front right there, because I think that it tends to put a little less pressure on the super glue to hold. And more filler in order to keep everything nice and tight. And now we begin the process of adding texture to the billboard. If you'd like to check out my video where I show how I make the texture paste, you can check out the link above. I intentionally avoided putting any of the texture paste on the actual billboard surface. We're going to be weathering that separately in an upcoming video. And of course, a nice undercoat with the airbrush. I believe I went with all kind of white here because I was out of black spray paint at the time, but that has been resolved. So in the future, I will be undercoating black and then doing white for highlights. Once the priming dried, of course, I came in with the craft paint brown in order to get a nice undercoat for doing our kind of rusted metal aesthetic. And for the base, I blended a bit of the brown with a bone white to give us that kind of creamy color. So orange for rust, once again. Trying to hit a little bit of everything, kind of dry brush it on. And then we get a sponge with black ink. Then I put it all over. And once we're done with the ink, we come in with metallic on the sponge in order to fully kind of realize the look of this thing. I did some black touch-ups in order to get everything looking good. And then, of course, a layer of a black and brown wash in order to give us that kind of dirty, weathered kind of look. Once everything is wet from the wash, I like to come in with a bit of weathering powder to give that kind of final finish kind of look. And there we have it, a quick build. As always, thank you to my patrons for helping support me and keep these videos coming. And you too can become a patron for as little as $2 a month simply by visiting Patreon and looking for the Dome Runners. And don't forget to check out my audio podcast, The Dome Runners. There's a ton of useful information about Necromunda on there. And of course, everyone, stay safe and don't forget to change your paint water.